Hi everyone. I don't know what time it is. I think it's about 7, maybe after 7 in the evening. But I've been sitting there thinking of all the stuff and the hard times I'm going through right now. And not just me, my daughter and her husband. Um, even though they have enough money to take care of themselves with, as long as I'm living here and I'm not having to go out and rent, I have enough money to take care of myself in a camper. And I've been, with all the trouble that I had with the camper tanks being frozen, which, by the way, my son-in-law came down and thawed them out, so I'm good with that. And the work I've been doing around here, sorting and shuffling things around, so the pull-out wouldn't be so heavy on the one end. So I've been working on that. But anyway, I'm exhausted. I'm really tired, but and I know probably a lot of people say, "Well, no, that I think, in my own opinion, that there is something to be said if you can grow up after you grew up and say, I grew up poor." Because I'm still here. I'm 81 and I'm still um, somewhat agile and able to get around, although I do have knee problems. But and a healthy. I did have one heart attack, and that got fixed. But as I look back over the years, how I was blessed. I was blessed. Poor little church mouse. Did have some aunts and uncles that had earning wages. They didn't have what you called the American dream, but they did have a home, and their husbands had jobs, and the kids grew up with better privileges than I did. But as I look back, there were times that our roof leaked and there was leaks everywhere, and we had to get pans and put underneath the leaks. And some days we'd go with out days without food. Some days all we got was fried potatoes. Sometimes we got a big chunk of bologna that you sliced up and made sandwiches out of. Sometimes we got to go to our aunt's house and have a really nice Sunday dinner. We did go to church a lot, and we especially went to church every Sunday once we moved to town. Um, so we were a church a family raised in church, which that really is neither here nor there, except the fact that we it was like a community, and everybody pulled together and helped one another. And so I'm saying this, and maybe a lot of you people will think, well, she's crazy. But if you're poor right now, but you're still surviving and you're still getting by and different things like that, you're not homeless. Count that as a blessing, because that's training you for what's coming. I hate to say it that way, because just I look back at my life, I wouldn't be able to make it today if I had not grown up poor. Had I not had to learn how to be creative and get have clean clothes and have a little bit of food in a day's time. Um, go and enjoy my life. Even when I was poor with no money, I laughed a lot and had fun. So I believe my growing up being poor groomed me for today. I don't like the circumstances I have to go through, but I certainly have uh, a better fortitude to see my way through it. Although I do have some days, man, I want to just rip my hair out because of things that are happening. Of course, I'm older now, and it's harder to do things than it was when I was younger. Younger with 3 children, and if we got into a house that the roof leaked, and we had to put pans everywhere to catch the water, and I had to use an outhouse. Didn't have running water in the house. Many different things. Go without, and this is after I'm up and got kids. Go without a week, 2 weeks at a time without food, and a couple of times being homeless. So I look back on that, and that was a learning session. That was a teaching session on how to handle life today, and be willing to accept it when your kids offer you a place. Although the camper's mine, the land is not, and they set me up here, hooked to the sewer, hooked to their electric, and hooked to the water. I pay for the electric, and although things really get hard in here, I you're not going to believe this. After I had all the water, well, for those of you that didn't see the other video, my camper tanks froze, and when I got up this morning, I had just left the water just run just a wee little bit so my pipes wouldn't freeze. And and I didn't think nothing of it. Got up, had my coffee, then got dressed. I went into the bathroom to wash my hands, and there was no hot water. I opened up the shower curtain to see if the hot water in there was no, there's no hot water in there, but that tub was plumb full of water. And that was apparently something was frozen underneath there besides just a hot water pipe. So I spent probably an hour hauling water out of the bathtub and throwing it outside the camper. So I put a heater in there to warm it up to see if anything was frozen and was going to thaw out. And I'm busy doing other things because I'm rearranging different things and putting things away so that they're not weighing down the slide out. So I don't have so much stuff in there because it's pulling away from the camper. Okay, so I was busy doing all that. Well, I don't know. I heard water running, and I ran into the bathroom, and the hot water pipe had thawed out, and running down the bathroom sink, running into it, ran backed up into the tub. So I had all that water I had to haul back out again. So again, I'm exhausted. And, it's like, would I be able to do that without screaming and pulling my hair out if I had never had those sort of things growing up? Sometimes we got to know and understand that the universe, source, whatever you want to call it, things will happen in your life that will make you tough, make you strong. If you live through it, that's the whole thing. If you live through it, it'll make you strong for maybe what might be coming down the pike. So here we are with all the prices the way they are, rent prices, and of course, and they're ever changing things up. And now they've got the Upward Mobility Act in session, trying to get that passed, so that they're going to combine all the uh, federal help together in one deal. And but the bottom line in the fine print, if you qualify in one or even two of them, and then the third one comes up and you need help with it, if you got them two, that all counts as income. So you wouldn't qualify for this over here, even if you desperately needed it. So, but the fine print in it. Okay, so after I got in the camper, I spent the first year here. Oh my God, the cold! I couldn't handle the cold because I'd spent 6 years down in Florida. I could not handle the cold, so I went and got a low-income apartment, and I had money left over for things and food, and had a little bit of food stamps, had Medicaid along with my Medicare. But I couldn't handle being around people that wanted to talk about being sick all the time and watching people just pass and go on into another world. And I didn't like I didn't like the idea of having to have the government help me. So I come back to the camper, and and I had been in here about, I don't know, September of 23. I went over to the Job and Family Services and told them I no longer wanted any more help whatsoever. They were giving me a little bit of food stamps. They were giving me help with my insurance premium, and that was it. I said, I don't want no more help, and signed a paper and everything, and they took me off of it. I'm so glad I did, because of the mess that's going on now. And so, okay, without that little bit extra help, I have to live on, uh, I think, after everything, all my bills are paid, I maybe have 500 left uh, to eat on, and gasoline, and uh, maybe if I need extra propane or something like that, I have to save up for that. So I'm okay in one sense of the word, but in another sense of the word, I'm not. There's things that would make it easier for me, especially if the electric goes out, if I had a solar system and stuff like that, but there hadn't been much sun to do that with. So, but still in all, there's days I cry. I want to cry so bad today. My body hurt from hauling the water out and doing the other things that I needed to do to take care of the camper properly. And the just I just want to cry, and I try not to take any pain pills, which I will before I go to bed. And but all in all, I mean, I have my little dog, which is 126 years old, almost completely blind, hard of hearing, gets underneath my feet all the time, wants to be right there with me, which I understand. She loves me. And but with me, with my knees the way they are, and the way I have to uh, watch how I step and stuff, she makes that very hard for me. and then with the other winter issues that's happening. So I could feel like I was losing my mind, but then I grew up poor, having to figure out how to make things happen, knowing that today I might not have any food, and vice versa and vice versa. Um, but being poor is something to be said for that, because it prepares you. Again, there's that word prepare. It prepares you for if hard times come. You know how to handle most situations. So again, I say to all of you people that are having a hard time now, and you can't say you can't make it, but you can. You can. A lot of you have way more money than I do. Take that and learn from it all. Learn how to budget. Learn how to eat better for less. Learn you don't have to eat 3 big whopping meals a day. You don't have to have the best meat and the best steak and all that kind of stuff. And what I ate today, I had made me a big pot of beans last night with carrots and onions in it. And I had one potato that I had boiled yesterday, but I had some eggs. I took that already boiled potato and sliced it up, fried it in a pan with butter, and then I cooked me 3 eggs. That was for lunch, and then I put some sour cream all over the potatoes, and I put the eggs on top of the potatoes. I ate that milk. And then for dinner, my daughter brought me down a little bowl of chili, and I had already had the beans cooked, and I added the chili to a bowl of beans, stirred that all up, put a little bit of butter in it, and that's what I had for dinner, and a glass of milk. So I'm full, I'm satisfied, and so take these hard times and embrace it. Use your ingenuity, use your intelligence, use your creativeness, because if you think it's hard now, harder times are coming. So embrace it, learn how to flow with it, learn to use what you've got. As always, learn to use what you've already got. And uh, if you can, start saving up, or go get yourself some solar um, equipment, so you have lights if the electric goes out, and so forth and so forth, or if they turn it off or whatever. So anyway, I'm going to go. Remember, a merry heart doeth good like medicine, but a broken spirit will dry up your bones. And as a man thinks in his heart, that's the direction he'll take himself or her. And if you believe you can, or if you believe you can't, you're right either way. Love you all. Hugs and kisses. You have a great evening. Take care. Be happy.